Aloha! Welcome to our in-depth journey through the rich and diverse history of Hawaii. Known for its stunning natural beauty, Hawaii also has a fascinating past that spans from the arrival of Polynesian navigators to its eventual status as the 50th state of the United States. In this extended video, we will explore Hawaii's key historical periods, influential figures, and the transformative events that shaped the islands into what they are today. Let's dive deeper into this incredible historical journey. Section 1. Polynesian settlers, 300–600 CE. The history of Hawaii begins with the incredible voyage of the Polynesians, who traveled across the vast Pacific Ocean between 300 and 600 CE. These daring seafarers navigated using the stars, wave patterns, and bird migrations to guide them to the isolated Hawaiian Islands. They brought with them essential plants and animals like taro, sweet potatoes, pigs, and chickens, laying the foundation for a self-sustaining agricultural society. The Polynesians introduced the ahapua'a system, a land division method that stretched from the mountains to the sea, ensuring sustainable resource management across different ecological zones. The Hawaiian people built complex societies centered around a strict hierarchical system, with the alii, chiefs, at the top and commoners and specialists forming the rest of society. The kapu system governed the laws of religion, politics, and daily life. Religious beliefs were deeply woven into the social structure, and priests played an essential role in maintaining the spiritual balance. Ceremonies, chants, mili, and the famous hula dance were vital forms of communication and storytelling. These practices remain central to Hawaiian identity today. Section 2. The rise of the Hawaiian Kingdom, 1700s–1810. By the 18th century, Hawaii's islands were divided into separate chiefdoms, often engaged in warfare for dominance. The most prominent figure to emerge from this period of conflict was Kamehameha I through a combination of military prowess, diplomacy, and strategic alliances. Kamehameha the Great managed to unify all of the Hawaiian Islands by 1810, a significant feat considering the long-standing rivalries between islands like Maui, Oahu, and Kauai. His unification efforts were supported by access to Western weaponry and advisors, giving him a critical advantage over rival chiefs. Kamehameha's reign brought peace and stability to the islands, helping to centralize the governance of Hawaii and streamline its economy. Trade relations were established with European and American merchants, making Hawaii a central hub for the sandalwood trade in the Pacific. Under Kamehameha's leadership, the islands maintained sovereignty and relative prosperity, though the increasing presence of Westerners set the stage for more profound cultural and political shifts to come. Section 3. Western contact and cultural change, 1778 to 1850s. In 1778, British explorer Captain James Cook became the first European to make contact with Hawaii, ushering in a new era for the islands. Initially greeted as a godlike figure due to Hawaiian legends about divine visitors, Cook's interactions with the Hawaiian people turned sour, leading to his death in 1779 on the island of Hawaii. Nevertheless, his arrival opened the islands to increased Western presence, bringing not only new goods and technologies but also diseases that had devastating effects on the native population. The once thriving Hawaiian population, estimated at over 300,000, was ravaged by diseases like smallpox, measles, and influenza, reducing the numbers dramatically within a few decades. The influx of European and American missionaries in the 1820s and 1830s also significantly impacted Hawaiian society. The missionaries brought Christianity, which rapidly spread across the islands, replacing much of the traditional Hawaiian religion and contributing to the breakdown of the kapu system. In 1819, just after the death of Kamehameha I, King Kamehameha II, Liholiho, abolished the kapu, ending centuries of religious and social practice. Although the missionaries established schools and created a written form of the Hawaiian language, they also exerted substantial control over the island's political and cultural evolution. Section 4. The growth of the sugar economy, 1850s to 1890s. By the mid-19th century, Hawaii's economy became heavily dependent on sugar plantations, fueled by global demand for sugar and an ideal growing climate. The sugar industry revolutionized the islands, leading to the establishment of vast plantations across Hawaii. To meet the labor demands, thousands of workers were brought in from China, Japan, Portugal, and later the Philippines. This influx of workers from diverse backgrounds significantly altered the demographic makeup of Hawaii, creating the multi-ethnic society that exists today. However, the growing influence of foreign business interests in the sugar industry also came with political consequences. Many of the largest plantations were owned by American and European businessmen, who wielded increasing power in the Hawaiian government. The pressure from these foreign elites began to erode the authority of the Hawaiian monarchy, leading to political instability and eventual foreign intervention. Section 5. The overthrow of the monarchy, 1893. In 1893, the tension between the Hawaiian monarchy and foreign business interests reached a tipping point. Queen Liliuokalani, the last reigning monarch of Hawaii, sought to restore the powers of the monarchy, which had been severely limited by the Bayonet Constitution of 1887. This constitution, imposed by white landowners and backed by the U.S. military, had stripped the monarchy of much of its authority and granted significant political influence to American and European residents. In response to the Queen's efforts, a group of American and European businessmen, with the support of the U.S. government, staged a coup d'état and overthrew the Hawaiian monarchy. Despite widespread opposition from the native Hawaiian population, the provisional government, led by Sanford B. Dole, was established. Queen Liliuokalani was placed under house arrest, and her efforts to appeal to the U.S. for the restoration of her throne were unsuccessful. In 1898, Hawaii was formally annexed by the United States, a controversial move that many Hawaiians viewed as an illegal occupation. Section 6. Hawaii as a U.S. territory, 1898 to 1940s. With the annexation of Hawaii, the islands became a U.S. territory in 1898, marking the beginning of a new chapter in their history. As a U.S. territory, Hawaii's strategic importance in the Pacific grew, especially in the early 20th century. Pearl Harbor, which had been established as a U.S. naval base, became a cornerstone of American military power in the Pacific. Hawaii's economy continued to thrive on sugar and pineapple plantations, further entrenching the economic dominance of large landowners, many of whom were descendants of American missionaries or plantation owners. Despite the economic growth, the native Hawaiian population continued to be marginalized, with much of the land now owned by foreign interests. Efforts to push for statehood began to gather momentum during this period, but significant opposition in the U.S. Congress, often rooted in racial prejudice, delayed the process for many years. Section 7. Pearl Harbor and World War II, 1941 to 1945. Hawaii's strategic position in the Pacific came into sharp focus on December 7, 1941, when the Japanese launched a surprise attack on Pearl Harbor. This attack, which sank multiple American battleships and killed over 2,400 Americans, prompted the United States to enter World War II. Hawaii immediately became the central staging area for U.S. military operations in the Pacific, with its ports, airfields, and naval bases playing critical roles in the war effort. During the war, Hawaii was placed under martial law, with strict curfews, censorship, and the suspension of many civil liberties. Japanese Americans in Hawaii, unlike those on the U.S. mainland, were not subjected to mass internment, largely due to their sizable presence and importance in the local economy. Nevertheless, they faced widespread suspicion and discrimination throughout the war. The war also had a significant impact on Hawaii's economy. The military buildup created jobs and spurred economic growth, transforming the island's infrastructure and bringing modern amenities to many parts of Hawaii that had previously been underdeveloped. Section 8. The path to statehood, 1940s–1959. Following World War II, the movement for Hawaiian statehood gained momentum. Hawaii had demonstrated its loyalty to the United States during the war, and many residents felt that it was time for the islands to become a full-fledged state. In 1959, after years of lobbying and political pressure, Hawaii was officially admitted as the 50th state of the United States. Statehood brought about significant political and economic changes, as residents gained full voting rights and representation in Congress. For many, it was a moment of pride and celebration, but for others, especially Native Hawaiians, it also marked the culmination of a long history of cultural displacement and loss of sovereignty. Section 9. The Hawaiian Renaissance, 1970s-present. The 1970s witnessed the birth of the Hawaiian Renaissance, a cultural and political movement that sought to revive traditional Hawaiian customs, language, and identity. This period was characterized by a renewed interest in the Hawaiian language, Alelo Hawaii, traditional practices like hula, and political advocacy for Native Hawaiian rights. The movement also brought attention to the historical injustices suffered by Native Hawaiians, particularly the illegal overthrow of the monarchy and the loss of land. The Hawaiian Renaissance led to the establishment of the Office of Hawaiian Affairs, OHA, in 1978, an organization dedicated to promoting and protecting the well-being of Native Hawaiians. The movement also spurred legal battles over land rights, cultural preservation, and sovereignty, issues that continue to resonate in Hawaii today. Section 10. Modern Hawaii, 2000s-present. Today, Hawaii is a thriving multicultural society that blends indigenous Hawaiian traditions with Asian, American, and European influences. Tourism remains the largest industry, drawing millions of visitors each year to the island's pristine beaches, active volcanoes, and lush rainforests. However, modern Hawaii also faces a range of challenges, from the high cost of living and homelessness to debates over land use and Native Hawaiian rights. The struggle for sovereignty and recognition continues, as Native Hawaiian groups push for greater political autonomy and the preservation of their cultural heritage. Despite these challenges, Hawaii's spirit of aloha, a deep sense of respect and love for others and the land, remains central to its identity. The Hawaiian people's resilience in the face of centuries of change is a testament to their enduring connection to the islands they call home. Conclusion. Hawaii's history is one of profound transformation, resilience, and cultural blending. From the arrival of the first Polynesian navigators to the modern challenges faced today, the island's story reflects the complexities of colonialism, cultural survival, and adaptation. Thank you for joining us on this extended exploration of Hawaii's past, a history that continues to shape its vibrant present.